I truly believe that a foundational step is connecting to your self love and your connection to yourself, to the divine, to the energies of the universe, and coming home to your trust and your belief and confidence in who you are. Hey, beautiful. Welcome to Naturally Empowered Living, your safe space to guiding you on your unapologetic self awakening journey. This is your weekly sanctuary for waking up from autopilot and transforming the way you approach life through the power of meditation, energetics, and root cause therapy. It is my mission to help you heal unprocessed emotions and release stuck energies by alchemizing your struggle cycles into opportunities for deep self-love, awareness, trust, and connection, to return to your innate essence of being, stepping back into your energy of alignment. Because here, we honor all parts of ourselves, the messy and the magic, the shadows and the light, embodying all parts that make you, you. So if you are ready to get to the root of cultivating real change, get cozy, grab your journal and maybe favorite crystals, and let's discover our power within together. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, it is pretty bittersweet to be here again, back behind the mic. As you all know, I took a little bit of a break, a little bit of hiatus. We went on the best road trip. Like, it was like a little family cocoon. Like, we were able to turn off from the world the past month and just kind of press pause. And we spent 2 weeks on the road with my husband and children. And it was seriously just like this grounding cocoon. It was like this beautiful reset that we also needed. Just exploring new places and camping in the boonies and hoteling it and like swimming in the hot tub and the pool and just soaking in nature. And it really, really was exactly what what we all needed. And it allowed me some space to come back feeling clearer and more intentional and really just excited for, this next season, this next quarter within 2025. And we got back and it's been a cyclone ever since, as like life does not pause. So we got back, and of course, like, school started the couple days after we got back, and we probably could have planned that a little better because it was pretty chaotic. We got home from 2 weeks away from home, and then my son started school 2 days later. So it's been a lot. And just like the change of seasons, the change of routine, and also just the spiral of world events that are happening around the globe right now. It has been, a cyclone isn't even the right word. Like, it's just been so heavy. And I was so excited, so excited to get back home. Like, we were all so excited to get back home. I was so excited, though, to get back home, to get back behind the mic. But I don't want to bypass the heaviness of the world, of current events, and this is everywhere. I feel like there's always current events. Of course, there's always current events, but just the heaviness, I feel like, has been weighted pretty intensely lately. And I had to remind myself that I can be both. I can be excited and also sad. I can be celebrating and also grieving. And it just, something that I realized on our road trip, or not even realized, something that I was reminded while we were away, was it is so incredibly beautiful, divine. It amazes me how when we slow down enough to truly pay attention to what's around us, to connect dots, to see or feel signs or synchronicities around us, it connects us to the loving energy, the divine love energy that truly is it all. And the universal language, the language of the universe, is love. And we need to remember that it is love. Like, there is a lot of evil in this world. There is a lot of hate in this world. And we can always come back to love. And we can teeter on that scale, on that spectrum, back to love by starting with us first. And it was this light bulb. Like, I was on my hands and knees the other day just like pleading to God, the energies of the universe, like, why is the world so fucked up? Like, it is heartbreaking how foundational just the evil of this world, and how it's choosing hate versus love, and it's being blindsided versus being awake. Like, there's just so much. And I was pleading, I don't need to go into details, but essentially I just surrendered once again, the many times of surrender, but I surrendered once again, and I just had this epiphany, like this waterfall of energy rush over me, like, guide me in these next steps, guide me how I can be this beacon of light that we so desperately need in this broken society right now. And I truly believe that a foundational step is connecting to your self-love and your connection to yourself, to the divine, to the energies of the universe, and coming home to your trust and your belief and confidence in who you are. And I know that, like, this might sound like witchy, woo-woo, da-da-da, but like, it's because we grew up in a culture and a society that taught us to view our health or to view XYZ in like this purely physical, material plane. But when we zoom out, or when we see that there's so many different dimensions, there's so many different layers, not just the material layer, there's nothing woo-woo about it. This is just simply energy. The energy that makes up everything in this universe. The chair that I'm sitting on, me, the microphone that I'm speaking to you on, our cells, like down to the atoms. Our bodies are giving us feedback in real time. Like, those are emotions, those are feelings. But I don't know how it got so skewed to not listen, like, to those communicating systems within us. And we so quickly turn outside of ourselves to look for a solution, or to seek help, which I know that there's a time and place for. However, it also starts within. And just the beauty there is that it's simple, it's clear. We're intelligent. Our bodies, our spiritual bodies, emotional bodies, physical bodies, they know. Our body already knows. And one thing that is for certain and simple, down to the core, is that we can either spread love or we can spread hate. And this show is about spreading love and shining your light within, giving you tools and tips of how to, and coming back home to yourself, and grounding, and finding yourself again, and trusting yourself, and listening to your intuition, and all these things. Yes, for yourself. I do believe, yes, it starts with yourself first. You have to be in this physical, emotional, safe space for yourself to be in that connection with yourself, with the divine, with source, with what you believe in. But also, in turning that light on within you, you then radiate it outwards. And that is the ripple of energy in another light. That is the ripple of the karmic cycles. That is the ripple of, walking into a room and just lighting up the room, or how smiles are contagious, and all of these things. Like, we believe in Wi-Fi. Like, Wi-Fi works, right? The Wi-Fi on my phone, it's pulling out energy, or whatever it's doing. I don't feel like I understand Wi-Fi as much as I understand the energies within us. But we trust our Wi-Fi, or we trust our internet. That is energy. So how are we disconnected from the energies that are within us and blinded to the power and the impact down to our core? So when we turn our light on within ourselves, let it be through that self-connection, through that self-love, that trust, that belief, that confidence, we then can radiate that outward. And that smile just made your neighbor's day, or walking groceries to an elderly's car just made her day. Your energy radiates, it ripples. And then you can listen to others without judgment. You begin to respect others even though you might disagree. You can hold space because you are within sovereignty within yourself. So going back to this witchy woo-woo, we are not machines, okay? We are a soul. We are a soul that needs connection. We need simplicity. We need things that just make us feel at peace, like music that you just immediately feel calm, or watching a sunset, you immediately just feel connected to nature, or laughter, you feel connected to the person next to you that you're laughing with. just these little small pockets of happiness and joy and gratitude. We are a soul that thrives on that. And we need to begin prioritizing that. Like our life depends on it because it does. It does. Life is not meant to be this cycle of stress and survival and scarcity and fear. We can take these moments to pause, to look up, to let that sunset remind us that we're here to live, not just to hustle and grind. Like life doesn't have to be a to-do list. And trust me, the last couple weeks, I needed that reminder too, that life is a gift, that we can walk slower, we could hug longer, laugh louder, like dance like no one's watching. You know me and those cliche quotes, right? And love so, so deeply. Because our presence is timeless. Like there is no other time than the present now. We need these moments of boredom and wonder and slowness and connection and rest, not just as rewards, but like as ingredients for a meaningful, fulfilling life. So I want this episode to be kind of like a mashup of what I've said, like the heaviness of everything going on right now, but then also just like these ways to then connect back home to yourself. Remembering that you are more than your productivity, you are more than your schedule, you are more than that news channel that you can't seem to turn off, you're more than the noise of around the world. You could still hold love and empathy for all of that. But we also need to come back home to ourselves too. So when life feels heavy, it's easy to get swept up in that chaos, right? It's easy to get swept up in those energies. Trust me, I cried like so much about people that I don't even know. But I feel that energy and I feel connected to that energy. And I feel connected to the weight of the choices and the downfalls of society. So today I want to share 4 ways to anchor yourself when life feels heavy. These simple practices can help you regulate, feel safe, ground, and create space for that inner sovereignty within. So number 1 is just that, to bring safety to the body. We need to come first from a regulated nervous system. If we are overwhelmed, if we are scared, if we are fighting for our survival, again, like if you are in the comfort of your own home watching the news, right? Not like if you are actually in a fight or flight survival state. Yes, you need to survive, do your best, do whatever you feel called to do in those moments to actually survive. However, in these moments when you are at home or when you can't seem to turn off your mind or when you just really want to find that presence within your life again, we need to come first from a regulated nervous system. So we need to bring that safety back to our bodies, okay? That we could do like a vagus nerve reset. Like you could try humming or chanting or just gargling water for 30 seconds, 20, 30 seconds. Like those simple actions. Or like if you're standing up, you could sway your hips and let your arms dangle side to side and let your arms kind of sway back and forth in a circular motion. Like those simple actions stimulate your vagus nerve, which signals that safety to your nervous system, that parasympathetic state, to help you shift from fight or flight survival mode into that calmer, more grounded state. And another way too that I love to bring safety back to my body is to just tell myself that. Tell myself, I'll close my eyes, put my hand on my heart, and tell myself, you are safe. You are safe in this moment. You are safe in this moment. And that's also when I have conversations with either myself or God or the energies of the universe, just having that conversation, just like reminding myself and just putting that out there, that energy out there, like energies of the universe, let today be a dialogue between us. Show me clues, show me synchronicities, show me, these signs that you're sending me to guide me in XYZ or just to guide me in general, right? Guide me to be this blessing, to be of service, to reveal more light, to be this beacon. That will ultimately shift you into a higher frequency just by that connection and intention. And a natural byproduct is the days are no longer just ordinary or monotonous. They become sacred because you're having this conversation and this connection with divine. Number 2 is to ground and bring yourself to the present moment. So this can be to physically, use your 5 senses. What's something I could see, something I could taste, something I could touch, hear, smell? That's a simple grounding practice. You could literally go outside barefoot, put your feet on the grass. Again, woo-woo, the energy, the negative ions of the earth will pull at your free radicals and all those, the heaviness energy, pull that in. And that's an instant grounding. You can choose to take undistracted time with your kids or with loved ones. Okay, phones aside, TV off, just sit and be. Have a conversation. You could even take a moment with yourself and ask, what is most important to me? What is most important to me in this season of my life? And put your effort and intention towards that. Because a lot of times, the shit that you're stressed about, the to-do list, the dinner, the appointment, all of that doesn't, quote unquote, matter, right? The grand scheme of things, it's gonna get done. Dinner's gonna get made. Heaven forbid you have takeout. Heaven forbid you make a box dinner again. Right? Your love and connection, I have a feeling, is at the top of your list, right? Number 3 is allowing yourself to feel and release. This might take some practice. I had to relearn how to cry. Crying is my number 1 form of release. This could also be intuitive movement. Exercise is another huge one for me when I'm intentionally, I could be lifting weights. I could be doing yoga. I could be doing cardio, walking. But having that intention of moving the body or moving the energy through my body. This could also be intuitive movement. Turn on a song, your favorite song, and just dance. Just move how you feel. Or this could be rage movement. I just kind of made that up right now. But you could be turning on just a heavy song, maybe just rock or whatever it might be. Just a big rage type song and move intuitively that way also. Those big movements, right? Another form of release is breathing. There's so many different breathing techniques. I loved box breathing, the four count. So you take in an inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and then inhale for 4, hold, exhale for 4, hold. There's so many different breathing techniques though. And another, you know me, meditation saved me. Meditation is, all of these actually are huge for me, but meditation is something that's very near and dear to my heart because I didn't know I was doing it when I was a new mom and I was lost and depressed and anxious and going through those postpartum blues. And here I learned that what I was doing to help myself was actually meditation. It's just wild to think about now because I had no idea. I thought, so many things about meditation that I definitely debunked for myself. But meditation, allowing yourself that fiber. If it's an intentional meditation, it could be an intent to, flush your mind of thoughts and allow all of these thoughts to cycle to be able to then let them pass through and release. Or it could be a non-intentional meditation to where you're just allowing whatever to come in, that comes in. And if you are new to meditation but interested in learning, I have a soul awakening meditation library that is housed over 15 meditations and it's growing. I love channeling meditations. I have meditations on coping mechanisms and anxiety and energy resets and slowing down to connect. So many meditations that I'm ever adding to. That's at naturallympoweredliving.com/meditation-library. One-time fee, lifetime access, incredible. So that's there for you also. And lastly, number 4 is live with intention and be the light. Take a break from social media and the news. I know it's hard. You feel like you're doing a disservice because you're not aware or of current events or this or that. But just think, yes, you can pray, you could spread love, and you could be empathetic and sympathize with the terrors and all of the harm that's going on in the world. But you also have to think, is this stealing my joy every day? Am I so addicted to this where it's bringing me down? And now I'm not present with my kids, or now I'm not present with my husband, or I'm not present with my life, myself. If you have never done a social media detox, I strongly encourage it. Strongly, because it is an addictive habit. It was built for addictive consumption. So it pulls, I'm sure if you're listening to this podcast, you know enough about social media where it's like, holy shit, how did that ad come up on me? Like it's getting creepier and creepier, right? But social media is a mess. Social media, we don't know what's truth, what's factual, and you have everyone else's opinions, which is everyone's opinion is valid, but we also don't need to be overflowed and overstimulated by it 24/7. Okay, so take a break from the news, social media. Hug your kids, right? Go hug someone you love. Play a game, go on a walk, sit with your animals, do anything, but continuing to scroll in the heaviness and the opinions of others. We always need a break, right? And living with intention is to realize, what am I struggling with? What is it? Asking yourself those questions to get to the roots. Making those intentional habits to possibly make a change. Seeking out the help of a therapist, practitioner, energy worker, other light worker. To be the light, it's not hard. It's living in love and intention, and good intention, right? Giving your care and connection and love to those that you love, including yourself. That's a beautiful way to start. Okay. I had a session with someone today, a root cause therapy session, and she was in AA in the past, and she said a lot of things one of the concepts that we talk about is, play the tape forward, right? Play the tape forward. Okay, I'm at this crossroads in life. If I play the tape forward going down this path, XYZ happens. If I play the tape forward going down this path, XYZ happens. Which one brings more light? Which one brings more good? Right? And you have to make that discernment for that decision yourself. But play the tape forward. I'm sending you so much love, so much light. I hope that these 4 tips gave you a little bit of insight or just connection, or if you resonated with them, I would love to know. Until next week, as always, simply be you. You have everything inside of you to learn your energy of alignment and be unapologetic in who you are. I'm sending my love and so much light.
Did you find this episode freeing or empowering? Please read my review. Tickle, boop.
Thank you for spending this sacred time with me on Naturally Empowered Living. If this episode brought you closer to stepping into your energy of alignment, I'd love for you to leave a written review and share how this show has supported your journey. Your feedback truly lights me up and helps others find the space of transformation. And sharing it with someone who might need it spreads the ripple of healing even further. Be sure to check the show notes for ways to connect with me and explore personalized healing sessions and mentorships to deepen your self-awakening journey. Thank you. I appreciate all you are and all you do.